Hello, this is Marc and Ying, and we're being joined tonight by Carol Stirling, who is in Scotland, broadcasting from Dunoon. So, as per usual, if you don't like the music, cover your ears.
Hashtag Marc Stuart Media is hashtag the Scottish Medium. Hashtag Marc Stuart Medium is hashtag the Scottish Medium.
Hello, so it's Marc and Ying broadcasting on our usual 8:30, and as I just introduced, we've got a guest medium who I'll be working with tonight, Carol Stirling, who is the founder and head of Dunoon Spiritualist Church. So if you're not from Scotland, I do hope you like Scottish accents because you're going to get lots of them tonight. As per usual, Ying is chairing in the background, doesn't show herself. If you want a message, again, we prefer you to use a video link because then you'll get a live real-time message. If you're going for a text message, there are time delays, which makes it very, very difficult to work. What do we mean by, as per usual, Ying will choose who gets the message. We're using the same usual method that we use every week. Again, if you're a regular, basically your name goes on a piece of paper, goes in a box, we shake it all about, and then Ying, who is chairing us, puts her hand in the box, draws out your name, and gives it to myself for Carol, and that's how we choose. So basically, if you want a message, you've got to ask for it, do it at the beginning, don't leave it to the end. Now, as per also, just very quickly, give you a very quick guided tour of the internet. So this is what we're looking at here is Dunoon Spiritualist Church. So if you want to find out more about Carol, that's the place to look. If you want to get a reading from myself, mediumreadings.online or marcstuart.medium.com. And if you're not a member of our group, Spiritual Mediumship, which we're broadcasting to, please do go and sign up. As in, that's the website address along the bottom. So I am now just going to hand over to Carol for the opening prayer. So Carol, in your own time, if you'd just like to introduce yourself first and then take off.
Hi there, I'm Carol, and I'm just about to do our opening prayer for this evening. If you just join me in prayer. Dear Divine Heavenly Father, we're gathered here to congregate, to prove that life of survival after death is one and only true, and hopefully tonight we'll have evidence of this. May we all gain comfort and peace from listening and have evidence that life is eternal. Amen.
Amen. Okay, well, I'm just going to give you a very quick spiritual address, basically about living forever. What am I talking about? It's a load of nonsense. Well, I picked up a magazine today, the New Scientist, and there's a nice little article in there, basically about people and thought processes and how if you think of yourself as young, you'll be healthier and you'll live a much healthier life. Now, why do I want to talk about that? Well, Ying and I were away picking up my car from its service, and we got handed the record for it. Now, if you're anyone who know Ying, you know that her surname is Ying, Y-I-N-G, and I'm just putting that camera up to show you what they wrote up on the name. I don't think you're getting a very good sight of it there, but they renamed her Young. Now, as spiritualists, we all know that if you lead a healthy, emotionally healthy life, that's basically half the way towards communicating with spirit. As a medium, I'm sure Carol would agree with me, that when we're giving messages to people, there's emotion involved. And what's the purpose of doing a message? Well, proving life after death. But many people come for messages for many reasons. to contact loved ones, the emphasis being loved ones, to say sorry. A lot of reasons. And as a medium tonight, I gave 2 private readings, and I actually left the second person in tears because she was communicating with her mother and there were things that were unsaid after a sudden death. So people come to mediums for readings for lots of reasons, and that's basically why I'm talking about that tonight. Anyway, be happy, think young, and you will live a healthier life. And you don't need a medium to tell you that, but I'm telling you it anyway. So without any further ado, we shall hand over to Carol for our first message. And I see that we've got somebody coming forward for a video message. So I'm just going to hand over to Carol. So let me just switch you over. So Kevin, we're coming to yourself, Kevin.
Hi there, Kevin. Hi there, Kevin. Nice to see you. I'm just going to be honest with you. I know who you are to see, but I do feel, and I've never worked for you, so this is going to be a lovely pleasure. I feel that there's a female energy around you. I feel maybe mum. I feel the month of May is very significant, and I do feel that the passing conditions may have been in our chest here, very, very sudden passing, if you can understand that, Kevin. And
I don't know if it's working or not. Am I connected?
Okay, did you hear anything? Are you connected?
Hello?
I'm talking away to you, Kevin. I hope you're connected. Can you hear me, Kevin?
Well, I can hear both of you.
Yeah.
Can
you understand I'm a maternal female in spirit, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I'm feeling is mum in spirit. If it's not mum, it's grandmum. And I know your face, and I haven't worked for you yet, and this is a great pleasure. So what I'm feeling here is mum in spirit. I feel sudden passing chest pains in her chest. I get the month of May. I get the initial M coming out here. I don't know if it's Mary, Margaret, whatever, but I get the initial M here. I feel very much so she was quite a busy body. She was full of energy before she passed. Can you understand that? But I feel latterly she lost her energy, and she just wants to be remembered as this busybody lady. Can you understand? And very much so she tells me that you were the one that always needed more peace. It's like jam in your piece. Like she's got the memories of going back with the jam in your piece and lots of peace. This is so she must have memories of you getting a jam piece. And there's something about the letter. Well, I don't know what's going on, but I just feel that it's letters. I thought it was a letter I was talking about, but it's letters. So I don't know whether you're receiving letters in the post just now from family members or communications, but it's letters I'm seeing here in the post. So you're not sure about this, but just hold on to this thought. There must be communications, can you understand? Or she's talking about letters of the past that you've found, okay? So the other thing I'm feeling here is she talks about memories of the past, like you've been reflecting the past. So I don't know whether you've been coming through pictures or going through emotions yourself and reflecting in the past. And she's talking about a birthday coming up. So I don't know if it's your birthday that's coming up, Kevin, but I just feel birthdays coming up, if that makes sense, Kevin. Your birthday, yeah. But I feel like that's what she was trying to tell me, Pet. And the other thing I feel with her is she's very emotional. Can you understand that? Like she hated not being able-bodied. She was very frustrated before she passed, if that makes sense as well. And I feel that you were there for her. You're quite a sensitive person yourself, and she's given you the memories of thanks, and she always said thank you to you. Does that make sense? But some days she was more frustrated than the others, and she couldn't say it. But she's given you thanks again. And I've got this emotion of you want to move, or you want to do something, or you need to do something. Does that make sense? And she's just telling me your time will come. Just be patient. You're very, very impatient, Kevin, just now about changes that are coming ahead, and she just wants you to be patient. Okay, now I'm going to leave you with the love from the mum there, but I keep getting the initial M, so that must be multiplied more than one time, that initial M, and I'll leave you with the love there. Okay, so it's more than just mum with the initial M in the family.
Okay, Carol, I'm going to leave you to do the next message. We've got a Carol Logston. Now, this is a text message, so there'll be time delays coming forward. So just to remind everybody, if you do a video message, as we just did for Kevin, it's instant. If you're replying to the evidence that Carol's about to give you, Carol, sorry for the confusion, we're going to have a time delay. Don't know how what the time delay is yet, but I'll leave you with Carol. Carol.
So where am I getting this?
I'll put the replies up on the screen, so you'll see it on your screen, Carol.
Or it's a delay.
Or on
Sorry,
Facebook.
I'm waiting for the delay. Hi there, Carol. Okay, am I just going to be able to talk like this?
Yes, just
tell
talk.
you, Carol, without the feedback, okay? What I'm feeling very much so is I've got a lady in spirit, and I don't feel she's alone in the spirit world. I feel as if there's another person beside her, but I also feel the energy of a child in spirit as well. So it's like there's a lot of family loved ones there. So it's almost like maternal is what I'm feeling. All female energy as well is what I'm feeling with them. And I feel as if this is an embracing time for you just now. It's like they want to give the love. And I feel very much so this maternal link that I've got here, I feel as if she passed quite suddenly as well. But there's something about, she was a hard-working person. Can you understand that? And I feel very much so around yourself. So there's a lot of energy around you. But she gives me different fragrances, so you must remember the smell of lavender. But I've got Lily of the Valley as well, so she's given me lots of fragrances, so you must have that as a memory as well. And the thing that she wants to give off is just now's a healing time for you, if that makes sense. She just wants to surround you with the love and the energy of healing. There's something else about it's hard to lose a young one. So this must be your child in spirit. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out what I'm getting here. So you must have a child in spirit as well. But she's talking about just now it's hard with children and hard, difficult times and just getting through difficult times. And she remembers getting through difficult times herself. So it must be like history repeating itself. And it feels like you are now in mum's shoes, if that makes sense. Okay. And would you also understand the month of May as well? That's twice I've had May out. And I feel the month of September is significant. And I have to give you this, it's an initial F. So I don't know if an F is the signature or what this is for the initial or what it is. But I'm just going to give the F. And it's a very curvy F that I'm being shown here, okay? Okay. And she's just given me memories of the park. So she must have fond memories of going to the park with yourself, Carol. And something about the seaside as well. So it's just memories she's bringing back and evoking with you there as well. Can we get part? I can't get past the seaside, so you've got to take that as a memory. And I have to just tell you, she just wants to come forward today just to give you the memories. She's giving you the smells. And I just feel very much so. She keeps giving me a ring. So I don't know whether you're wearing her ring as well. But I just want to give this ring with a stone on it for yourself. And just put all in the memories that she's there in spirit with your daughter, if that makes sense. And she just wants to leave you with a love there, okay? I don't know what the feedback is because I've been concentrating so much on my energies with the links. But she just wants you to know she's there. Your daughter's there. And she's just sending the love there and with you. I hope that's all right with you, Carol. I hope you can understand all that.
Thank you, Carol. Okay.
And I'll let you take the love there.
Okay. I'm going to come to Gillian now. So, Jill, this is Mark. You're one of our regulars. So, Jill, I've got a woman coming forward, quite elderly. You know how good I am with ages. I would say she's in her 70s, late 70s, early 80s. So, hiya, Jill. So, elderly woman, late 70s, early 80s, very grey hair. Get the feeling that she passed slowly. Wasn't a sudden death. Very, very unhealthy towards the end. Get the feeling she was bedridden. She was quite compos mentis. Okay, let's see if we can narrow it down for you then. Some sort of disfigurement on the face, maybe a scar. Get the feeling, or maybe if it's not a scar, she's maybe fallen on her face and bruised herself very heavily. If not at the very end, very close to the end, she's fallen or hit. So either she's been hit in the face with something, or she's fallen. Obviously, that would hit the face as well. But it's definitely she's fallen. Black and blue. Scars are black and blue on the face. And I think it's the right-hand side of the face. So, Jill, does that narrow it down for you? Broken glasses as well. I think she broke her glasses when she fell. Obviously, they've been repaired, but she's definitely... You remember her with broken glasses as well. So, Jill, does any of this make any sense to you? I know you work in the care industry, so... Elderly woman, late 70s, early 80s, wearing glasses, bruised face. Yeah, she's nodding at that. Okay, so let's see why she's coming forward. Before she passed, did you at some point give her something to drink? Now, I don't just mean like a cup of tea or water, but she's basically making me extremely thirsty and very thankful for you taking the time to give her something to drink. Does that make sense, Joe? I mean, it's more than just sort of giving her a cup of tea. It's like, I'm a type 1 diabetic, and when my sugar level gets too high, I get extremely thirsty. That's what she's making me feel like. It's like I can grab a bottle of water and I can drink half that bottle of water in about 5 minutes. Can you understand there being somebody being, this Margaret, being extremely thirsty and you stopping and taking the time to give her something? She just basically wants to say thank you for that. Does that make sense for you? So, Joel, does that make sense? Now, excuse us for 2 seconds, people, but we're being hacked again, so we're just taking a few seconds to block somebody. Right. So, Dicey Jessica, that's you blocked. And your name will be going in a group that we run for people that do this. Ah. So it was pineapple juice. Okay, Jill. So basically, she just wants to send you her thanks. Whatever that pineapple juice meant a great deal to her. And I know it's just pineapple juice, but to her, that was a lot. And she just wants to send you love and thanks. So I'll leave you with that, Jill. Coming to Jason. So, Jason, just let Carol know this is another one of our regulars. Jason, I've got your father coming forward. I've given you multiple messages of your father, so I know your father when he comes forward, and I know that's horrible for people to hear. He's talking. Now, never met him, but he's wearing a hat. Not a cap, a hat. And did he play golf? So he's playing golf wearing a hat. So Jason, did your father play golf? So, Jason, did your father play golf? And did he wear a hat while he was playing golf? Okay, so I'm wrong then. It's not your father. It's definitely a man very similar to your father, because I've had your father before, physically very similar to him, but he's wearing a hat and he's playing golf. And I mean, he's obsessively playing golf. He's not just, it's all he's giving me. It's just him playing golf. The full rigmarole, the outfit, the club membership, pulling the golf cart behind him. So, Jason, does any of this make sense to you? Do you know a man similar age to your father who is an obsessive golf player? So, John, Jason, do you understand that? Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to pull back from you because I'm not getting anything beyond the golf. What I'll do is I'll hand you over to Carol. So, Carol, see if you can pick up and see if you can get anything there for Jason.
Excellent. Hi there, Jason. What I'm connecting with, I do feel very much so that there's a lady in spirit here, and I do feel there is a gentleman, just like Marc has said, but I do feel the lady is more important in your life, if that makes sense. But I feel this, again, is another maternal link. It seems to be a lot of maternal links with me tonight, and I feel very much so, Jason, if you can understand this maternal link, wanting to draw close because there is anniversaries coming up just now, so I don't know if this is birthdays, passing dates, or what this is, but it just comes to me as anniversaries, things to celebrate, if that makes sense. And I feel right now she's here to give you a wee kick up the backside, if that makes sense, because I just feel your energies have been quite low just now, and I just feel that she would tell you normally what to do and how to do it and get on with it, and you'd be like, no. But I just feel that's why she's come forward, to give you a boost of confidence just now, because situations have been getting you down. And I do feel very much so.
Carol, we've lost you there. Can you still hear us? Carol, can you hear us? Carol?
Are we still here? Can you still hear me?
We lost you for about 15 seconds there.
So
last thing, I think the last thing we got was
this, if I can.
Last thing we got from you was low energy.
Telling me when she was here. Well, okay, I feel that you've had low energy, Jason, and I feel this maternal mum link that I've connected with is she's just come forward to give you the kick up the bum that you need to get you on. She was the one that always made you do what you had to do when she was here, if that makes sense. And I feel from the spirit world, that's exactly what she wants to do. Unfortunately, I'm a medium. I'm not allowed to tell you what to do, but mum's telling you to get on with it. So I just feel that you've got to pick yourself up and give you a good self shake. The other thing is, I feel like you've lost contact or connections with family members as well, and I feel that you're a wee bit on your own, if that makes sense. And it's like she just wants you to get up and get motivated and reconnect with the outside world. I feel very insular with you, and it's almost like she's come here for healing purposes for you, Jason. And I don't know whether the name Helen rings it or resonates with you, or if it's the initial H, but I've just to tell you to get up and go. And remember, I'm only a medium. I'm only passing on what I feel your mum has given me to tell you. So just remember, you're responsible for your own actions at the end of the day, but It seems like you need to be told, and you that's basically what she's telling me. You need to be told, and I'll leave that with you, Jason.
Okay, so can I come to Jean Carter now? Sorry, Jean Spears. So, Jean. Jean, I'm coming to yourself now. Jean, I've got a man coming forward. I would say he's mid-40s to early 50s. So a man, mid-40s to early 50s. He is balding. Not completely bald, but well on his way to being bald. He's sort of putting his head down like that. And if I put my head down, you can see I've got a nice big bald patch up there. He's very much like that. So, Jean, if you can just give us a quick yes if you're still with us. Can you recognize a man quite healthy before he passed? I'm getting breathing issues. I don't think we're talking about cigarettes. I actually think this is maybe suffocation, actually. Somebody that passed somehow through maybe drowning. Either drowning or falling asleep, like a pillow over the face. So can you understand a man round about middle age, mid-40s to 50s, who passed by total suffocation? I'm actually finding it very difficult to breathe. Let me get him to take that back. So, Gina, are you still with us? And can you understand that? So, Jean, are you still with us? Jean, if you can't give me a quick yes just to say you're still with us, I'm going to pass on to the next message. So, Jean, as I said, I've got a man here, mid-40s to early 50s. Right, Jean, I'm sorry, but unless you can give us some feedback, I'm going to move on to the next person. Right, coming to Dashni Carter. Dashni, are you still with us, Dashni? Dashni, I've got a woman coming forward. I would say in her early 60s. Quite light-coloured hair. Light brownish hair. And she wears glasses. So, okay, hello, Dashni. Dashni, can you understand a woman in spirit? As I said, early 60s, very late 50s, early 60s when she's passed, wearing glasses, quite dark hair. So, Dashni, can you understand that? A woman in spirit, late 50s, early 60s, dark hair. And it's not very long hair, it's quite short, maybe wavy. Okay. Something with her right arm as well. She had a problem with her right arm. Now, don't take the date or the age as 100% me being accurate, because I see people visually, so it's me that's judging her to be that sort of age by looking at her. But she also had a problem on the right-hand side of her body. I think the right arm. So, can you understand? Maybe go 5 years older, 5 years younger to give myself enough leeway with the age. But there's definitely an issue with the right-hand side of her body stroke arm. So, Dashni, does that help, or have you still got a no? All right, hold on. We're jumping around a wee bit here. So you're still with us, Dashni?
Yes.
Can you understand that woman?
She understands arm.
Right. Okay, so you can understand who that is. Right, Dashni, let's see why she's coming forward then. Dashni, she's showing me some sort of paperwork. It's like it's not a letter. It's not a form and it's not a letter, but it's maybe some sort of statement. Can you understand? And it's a weird state. It's not a bank statement. It's like something that you would get from an electricity or a gas company, but it's not a bill. It's not a utility bill, but it's some sort of printed account, and it's big numbers. It's not like £5 or £100 bill, and it's on the paper. It's on. It's really old-fashioned computer-style paper. It's like maybe a small company that's printing out statements, like a building company. Actually, could you understand getting some sort of account from a small, I'm guessing a building company, but I've got a feeling it's something like that. Maybe a supplier statement. So, Dashni, can you understand that? Right, so you understand the statement. Okay. What I'm seeing is it's like a pen and a ruler, and it's scoring something out on the statement. Now, it's not an error. It's not a mistake on the statement, but there's something, it's about a third of the way down. So if you can picture your statement, whatever this is, about a third of the way down, either you have scored it out for some reason, or somebody has scored something out on this statement. Now, I'm not saying that it's wrong, but there's something about this item on the statement that needs investigated. So, Dashni, if you can understand what the statement is, just go and dig it out. Like I say, it's either count down or measure down about a third of the sheet of paper. I'm not sure if it's measuring down a third or if it's a third of the way down the transactions. But you're going to look at it and you're going to understand what it is about that transaction, and it's something that needs to be followed up. So, Dashni, I'll leave you with that. Okay, so I'm going to hand back over to Carol. And Carol, you're coming to Annie Newman now.
Hi there, Annie. I'm just going to sit here and connect with you for a few moments. What I'm connecting with now is I just feel there's this love, this immense love with a gentleman coming in, and I'm just trying to work out where he is and place him as I can. The month of December comes in here. I don't know whether he suffered a sore back, but I'm feeling back pressure and back pains, if that makes sense. And Annie, I just want to just surround you with this love. So I don't know whether he was father or a loved one which was older than you, but I'm just getting this energy around that I just want to swamp you with love, if that makes sense, Annie. And it gives me a memory of a dog as well. I keep seeing this black and white dog, so I don't know if you understand a dog as well as memory with this gentleman. And I feel very much so that when he wraps his arms around you, he just wants to send this immense love, because there's something about having hard times or having lots of losses or feeling at a loss as well, and it's all these reasons why he's come forward. But I just feel with yourself, it's been a hard month, if that makes sense. So I feel like the last 2 months have been really, really hard for you. So I feel as if these have been all passing anniversaries or losses, if that makes sense, that you've had to overcome. So would you understand this gentleman, Annie? Does she get that?
Don't have any feedback yet,
month
Carol.
of December's very... No, I'll just keep giving out what I've got here. I keep getting this connection with a loved one gentleman, and I feel the month of December and pains through his back area.
Yeah, he recognises that.
She's saying yes. So you would also understand the memory of it's like a cake with one candle on it. It's like a huge cake with one candle on it as well. So I don't know whether you celebrated his birthday before he passed, but he's given thanks to this memory, so you would understand that as well. And he's just talking about yourself being quite sensitive, and it's like you want to go places as well. And I think we all want to go places just now with this climate that we're all in just now. But I just feel that when you were younger, you used to go places as well, if that makes sense. So I feel very much so he's come forward just to give you some security of love that he's still there, and just give you this immense warmth around him and talk about the memories. So like Kevin earlier, you may have been looking through photographs, because I just get this nostalgia coming back. So you've either been reflecting in the past, or you've been going through the photographs. The other thing I feel here is that the name James, or the initial J, should be significant as well. So I heard the name James. So if you can't take it as a first name, take it as a second name or a place. It will fit in if you take time to sit and think that out, Annie. And I feel very much so that you yourself noise around you, if that makes sense. So it's just I keep getting memories of a car journey, and it's just like driving in a car, and the name will reflect, it might be more the initial, have to take out the name, so you'll understand this initial J sound that comes out for James. So you will place that, whether it's a surname or an initial of some description, whether it's a first name or surname, but it will make something. Now he keeps talking about a watch. I've got this gold face watch that he keeps showing me, and I keep seeing a time on it. It's very precise. This man is very precise with his time, and I keep seeing 8:10 on this watch face. So I don't know if the time is significant to yourself or not, Annie, but I want you to think about that, whether 10:10 makes any sense to you. But it keeps showing me there on this watch face, which is it's a gold face. Okay, so the name that I'm giving you is James, but it may be just the initial that you have to take out of that, Annie. And I'll leave you with his love, and just know he's around you. And I just feel that I want to give you more love. So I keep seeing love hearts, so that he must have been a real big part of your life, if that makes sense. But he's definitely older, so I feel maybe more fatherly, but I don't know if I'm right with that, but I just feel more fatherly, definitely fatherly, because the amount of love he was to him. So you must have been his girl. And I'm going to leave you with the love there, Annie.
Okay, so I am now coming to Sharon Rose Luxford. Okay, Sharon, I've got a man coming forward. I get the feeling there's something wrong with the way he walks or with his feet. He's quite elderly. Now, I'm not 100% accurate with age, but looking at him, I would say certainly in his 70s. Don't know if he's quite reached 80 yet, but to be honest, with men at that age, I find it difficult to judge. But it's not so much his legs, it's his feet. It's almost as though, like, I've got a problem with my feet. They point in opposite directions. I know that sounds strange, but they do. And I get the feeling he's got something similar with the feet, but it's a lot worse than me. It doesn't affect the way I walk, but his feet are actually affecting the way that he walks. It's almost as though he's walking with a sort of gait. So, Sharon, does any of that make sense to you? So, Sharon, are you still with us? So, Sharon, are you still with us? And can you understand a man, late 70s?
Yes.
Right, okay, thanks for that. Yes. Okay, so let's see why he's coming forward then. Sharon, have you broken your glasses recently? I mean, I don't mean have you been for an eye test. I mean, have you actually broken your glasses? Like, it's almost as like I'm seeing a lens falling out of your glasses. So if you haven't broken your glasses, are the lenses in the glass hole in the glass frame, are they loose? So you've given me a yes, Sharon, but with the time delay, I'm not sure if that's a yes to my question about your glasses, or if you're just saying yes that you're still with us. So Sharon, like I say, what this man is showing me, he's showing me, I don't think this is his glasses. I think this is your glasses or somebody very close to you. So can you understand your glasses either being broken or the lenses being loose? I think it's more lenses loose than being, I mean, obviously that is being broken, but I don't think you've sort of like stepped on them or you've fallen on them. I think it's the lenses are actually loose in the frame. Can you understand that, Sharon? Does that make sense to you? Right, now you've given me a yes, Sharon, with no clarification, so I'm going to take that as being yes to the lenses. It's just very simple, direct message. Get them fixed, because it's your glasses we're talking about here. I mean, I'm not diagnosing, I'm not telling you that you need to get an eye test or anything like that. But basically, get along to the opticians and get them fixed. Because you know what's going to happen if you don't. And I'm not predicting the future, not that qualified. But if this is your husband, based on what you've said, don't leave yourself without the ability to see. And don't, because this has happened to me before in the past. I actually had a pair of glasses that the lens got loose and they actually fell out of the frame when I was driving. So you can imagine the nightmare that was. So I'm not saying anything like that's going to happen to you. He's just putting that into my head to make me realize how serious it is. So that's an acknowledgement, Sharon. I'll leave you with your husband's love. And like I say, get along to the opticians. So, Carol, if you would like to go to Charmaine Leach. So this is a message for Charmaine Leach. Charmaine.
Charmaine, this is for you, Pet. I just want to say to you that what I'm connecting to is a lady, and I feel very much so on a friend level, if that makes sense. And I feel very much so before she passed to the world of spirit, I feel very much so the passing conditions were deterioration, if that makes sense. And I feel that as if she didn't like herself, if that makes sense. And I feel that you were very compassionate and at our side. And I hope you can understand this, Charmaine. But I just feel very much so this lady, so I don't know whether she was older than you, but I just feel as if she's given me this feeling of you were there before she passed and she deteriorated to the world of spirit, if that makes sense. And it must have been I don't know, I just feel overwhelmed with sickness. I cannot place my finger on exactly which element it was I passed with, but you would understand that, Pet. And I feel that you were her wee angel, if that makes sense. You were a blessing. You came to her, you helped cheer our spirits up and move her on, if that makes sense, in times of need. Now, I feel very much so, I don't know if you sang or you sang to her, but I just get this feeling of harmonies and singing. And I hope this all makes very much sense to you, Charmaine. Okay, now let me work out what else I'm getting. But yeah, the thing I feel mostly is the singing. It's like she's giving thanks for you singing to her, because I keep getting the voices of angels in my head. So it's a song I know, and I just want to give you this. You must have been singing to her like voices of an angel, and I just want to give you this immense love and know that you were there with her before she passed. Something about challenging yourself, so that I feel that you've either to go ahead and challenging yourself with the singing or move on with singing, and I'm going to leave you with that there, because I just feel that she wants you to push yourself forward in your own career and your own singing. So there must be something to do with singing. Okay, is she still there? Is she understanding this, Mark?
Not getting any feedback. So Charmaine, can you give us some feedback? Can you understand all of this? This is just to explain to people, this is what we're talking about with time delay. If we've got a 20-second time delay where we need to wait to get your feedback, if any of you would be prepared to go on a video link, you'll get a much faster, much easier message for us to be able to give you a message. So if anybody can use the video link, that's the video link just going up in the text message. You have to use it with Chrome or Firefox. We might even give you 2 messages from the 2 of us. Right, just got some feedback from Charmaine. So Charmaine does sing, but she doesn't know who this is.
Okay, I'm not very clear. I just felt like a friendship level, so it didn't feel like your mum or anybody like that, but it might have been a close friend to mum or somebody that you grew up with in your life, Charmaine. So if you can think back, but do remember that she's encouraging you to go forward with your voice, if that makes sense, and singing like an angel. That's all she kept saying, and I just feel it was a wee quick message that she's come forward with just to push you forward in your career, pet. And I'll leave you with the love there from her. And she keeps giving me this number 8, and I don't know what that means, but to me symbolically it's eternal. So just remember these things that I said to you, Charmaine, and maybe talk to either your mum or grandmum and find out if you can connect the dots with that. But I do feel the name Jean might be significant in there as well. So just leave that with you, Charmaine, okay? And we can move on.
Okay. So I am now going to come to Kathleen. So Kathleen Hanlon. Excuse me if I've got your surname wrong, but I'm having to read my wife's handwriting. One of these days, I'm going to put it up on the video. So, Kathleen, coming to yourself. Kathleen, are you still with us? Kathleen, are you still with us? Hello, Kathleen. And that's Charmaine just giving you a thank you, Carol.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathleen, I've got a man again. I'm getting all the men tonight. He is quite young, actually. Again, I'm not 100% accurate with ages, but I would say mid-30s. So let's say somewhere between 30 and 40. Let's just go for mid-30s. Dark hair, not quite black, but not far off it. And he's been drawing attention for some reason to the ridge of the nose. So I don't know if it's the nose itself, something that you remember about his nose, or if it's almost as though somebody's thumped him in the nose and broken his nose, but it's not the nose, it's sort of like the top of the nose here. And I don't know if this is something that's happened to him during his life that you remember, or if this is something that's happened when he's passed, maybe a crash or something hitting him in like this bit of the face. But it does seem very specific. It doesn't seem like a sort of like a metal bar and a crash hitting him in his face. It's very, very specific to this area above the nose, or like top of the nose. So Kathleen, right? So Kathleen, you don't know who this is, right? This is too specific. I'm gonna open this up. So sorry, Kathleen, you can't understand. Can anyone understand a man, mid-30s, but very, very specific? He's had some damage done, possibly when he's died. This is maybe maybe a crash hitting him in the face, or somebody's hit him in the face. But it's very, very specific. It's above the ridge of the nose. So can anyone understand this as an open message? Can anybody understand somebody in spirit, a man, 35, give or take 5 years, somewhere in his 30s when he's passed, and I get the feeling it's a fist. It's like bang right here above the nose, and for some reason I don't know if that's killed him, but it's happened at the time of his death. So can anybody understand this? So again, people, we've got a time delay of about 20 seconds. Can anyone understand a man, mid-30s, right, now, whoever you are, Facebook user, this is somebody in spirit. This is not you. This is a spirit that's coming forward. So I'm sorry, but I'm not doing a psychic reading of you. Catherine, I'm not saying it's a punch. It feels like a punch, but it's very specific. It's right here. It's almost as though the nose is shattered and the bones have sort of gone back into the head, which makes me think maybe a crash. It could be a punch. I don't know. All I'm getting, because I don't have a connection with whoever he's coming forward for, it's a man, mid-30s. Like I say, this area. Yes, sir. Definitely not you. We've established that. Right. Okay, Kathleen. No, it's not. It's not for you then. Okay. Okay, people. I'm going to ask the spirit to stand back because obviously we don't have anybody that can identify with him. So, don't know who we're going to next. Darling, who are we going to next? So I'm coming to Kaz. In fact, no, I'll let Carol go. Carol, would you like to go to Kaz McLean?
Hi there, Kaz. I'm just going to work in your energies if it's possible, and it's really different working this way, so I'm just going to allow it to collect here. But Kaz, would you also understand a gentleman in spirit as well? It just seems to be that the men are coming in now, and what I feel with this gentleman is I do feel like a brotherly link with him as well, and I do feel as if I just want to surround you with love. So I don't know if it's your actual brother or it's just a brotherly type of energy that's coming in. And I just feel very much so, Kaz, that he just wants to come in and give you this immense amount of love. But what I'm getting for passing conditions is I feel like my breathing's difficult and almost like an impact pressure pain as well on my chest, if that makes sense. So would you understand that, Kaz? Hi, Kaz. Obviously the time delay is there. So what I'm getting is this pressure pain here with a gentleman that passed, a brotherly connection. I feel very much so the month of November's coming out here for him. And I do feel as if this could be like a birthday, anniversary or anything like that. And the other thing I want to get at is he's very crafty, like he liked to do things with his hands. So he was very clever when he was here, but I feel he died. He passed too young, if that makes sense. So he was the life and soul of the party. He looks out for you like a brother, and I'm getting that brotherly vibration, if that makes sense. Very, very athletic and very fit in his time when he was here on the earth plane, and I just want to give that immense power of love. He got crushed, so you do understand all this. And what I want to say to you is it's like a memory of being and it's like a big open gym, almost like outdoorsy, but like a court or tennis courtyard or something like this. And I feel that we had lots of fun playing sport, and it's just all about sports, Kaz. And he's just wanting to say that that's where he spent a lot of his time when he was here. He's just giving you that memory link here as well. And I just feel the smell of dry summer days, if that makes sense, and being outdoors, and it's just like he just had this immense love and thrive for sports and being outdoors, if that makes sense. And I want to ask, well, I can't ask, I'm just going to tell you, if you've got a photograph of him, and it just seems to be that it's I don't know if it's in a frame or you've got it in a wee I don't know. key ring, that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like in a wee frame or a wee key ring type thing. And it's just like he's showing me this, guys. So I don't know if you've got this or you remember it as a memory, but he just wants to give you that love and just wants you to hold on to his treasure, because I feel that you were his heart as well, and it's the brotherly vibration that he's coming in on. But I don't know if he was a direct brother, and I'm going to leave you with that love there, Kaz. But I just, honestly, you have no understanding how much love he wants to put in there for you, pet. Okay, that's great feedback you've put there, but that's all I'm really getting for you, pet, is just lots of memories of the past. He's reflecting in nostalgia memories and just letting you know he's there, pet, if that makes sense. And it's such a shame to hear that he died in a building site of the sports arena, but it must have been what he was trying to give me, the information he was trying to give me about being outdoors. And you know, the courtyards is what I kept seeing, like tennis courts is all I kept seeing of sports. I'm not very good at sports, but I can only give you my terminology. So yes, as you said, he was a good friend, but I feel like a brotherly energy looked out for you. And thank you very much for letting me work with you, Kaz. Thank you.
Okay.
So have we got anybody else?
Yes, so we've got lots of people coming, don't worry. I'm going to bring Helen on board. So Helen, I'll work with you first, and then I'll let Carol work with you. Can you hear me okay, Carol?
Oh, we're getting a live link.
Carol, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Carol, you've
switched
your mic off.
Yeah.
You've switched your mic off, Helen.
No.
You need to unmute yourself, Helen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Okay, Helen, I've got somebody coming forward who I think suffered from dementia. A woman. Yeah. Severe dementia before she passed.
Yeah.
Quite elderly. She likes wearing hats. I'm seeing her in a green hat. Or she certainly likes the colour green. I think it's more like the colour green than the hat.
Yeah.
So she's coming forward to talk about. Can you understand playing bridge? Either her or you.
She may have, yeah.
The card game bridge. Is it yourself or is it her? I'm not sure if this is evidence that she's giving or if it's something she wants to talk about. So is it you that plays bridge?
No.
Was it her? So it's evidence then?
Yeah.
Or are you saying you don't understand bridge?
I understand bridge, but I don't play bridge.
Okay, so it was her that played bridge then?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Right, so it's just more evidence. Let's see why she's coming forward. She's drawing attention to the left side of my head. Can you understand pains in the left side of your head? A headache? Or the eye? Sort of this side of your face?
Yeah.
You can understand that? Right,
yeah.
Now, to be absolutely clear, I am not a medically qualified to diagnose anything, right? So do you understand what I'm about to say?
Yeah.
Have you had the pain looked at, examined?
No, I've only had it a couple of times.
Okay. And is it something you can get rid of with like a headache tablet?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, like I said, I am not medically qualified in any way to diagnose anything, so I'm not diagnosing anything in any way, understand? But this woman is drawing attention to this headache. So maybe you should speak to somebody about it.
Okay.
I mean, like I say, I'm not in any way medically qualified, so don't pick up the phone and dial 999. Not trying to panic you in any way, but it's a very sore head, isn't it? I mean, it's a big headache.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost at migraine level with the way that she's making me feel.
Yeah.
Right. So just get it looked at. Can I leave you with that?
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Carol, would you like to?
Hi, Helen. I feel as if I've got a maternal link here. I don't know if it's your mum that's a spirit pet. Can you understand that? And I don't know whether you're one or two girls, but I just feel like Tweedledee, Tweedledum. And I feel as if you were always being told off by mum, if that makes sense. And I'm just going right down into the memory lane. Does that make sense? And I feel very much so she taught you everything she knew in the kitchen, but still you don't bother cooking. Does that make sense? I don't feel like you enjoy cooking the way she did, if that makes sense. But I just feel the smell of stew pot in the kitchen. I feel that she was always in there cooking, and I smell the smell of soups, and it's just all the smell.
Yeah. I've lost you. Lost you. No.
Carol, I think she's reconnecting. Give her a few things.
Okay, am I back again?
You're back. Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did you hear my soup and the stew and everything? Did that make sense to you? And I just have fond memories. And I just feel that you can't be bothered with all this cooking, if that makes sense. And it's just the memory of doing for yourself if you can. And mum just wants to send you in lots of love. She's given me a birthday card in my hand, if that makes sense. And I just feel like somebody's birthday's coming up, so I don't know if it's your birthday, Helen, that's coming up. And would you also understand the name Margaret as well? I don't know if that was mum's name, but I'm not even waiting for your answer, Pet. I'm just going to give it all out to you and hope that you can come back with good feedback. But I just feel as if you just have these lovely memories, and they're here just shining the light in your path, and they're just guiding you forward. Can you understand that? Because you've needed this wee boost. It's like you've been fed up as well. Is that right, Pet? And I feel you're ready to get out and face your challenges. That's what you need to get out and do. Does that make sense? And it's like you need to think about yourself a wee bit, and maybe get yourself a wee appointment with the doctor the next time you're there, and let them know about your head, like Marc said. But like he said, we're no doctors. Don't worry about it. Just look after yourself, your own well-being, and that's what mum's come forward for, to give you the boost to look after yourself a wee bit. Can you understand that? Prioritise yourself a wee bit, because I feel that you've been neglecting you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen. Now I'm going to bring Dee forward. So Dee, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. I'll work with you first, and then I'll hand you over to Carol.
Thanks, Marc.
So hello. I've got. You can see you can see me there taking a deep breath. Can you understand a man in spirit who? I'm not talking about suffocation, but he had problems breathing, maybe asthma, a good age. I'm actually finding it difficult to see him. Somebody that liked to stay in the background. Somebody that didn't like to be very upfront personality-wise. Can you understand a man like that?
Not really.
Can you understand somebody with the breathing problems?
Yeah, I can get the breathing problem, yeah.
So age-wise, I'm not 100% good with age, but I would say late 60s, early 70s.
No.
Younger than that?
Yeah.
Did he look older? Like I say, I get a visual impression.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Right, okay, then we've definitely got the wrong person then. So, like I say, a man towards the end of his 60s, early 70s. I'm not saying he had a smoking problem. I get the feeling it's more physical. So maybe asthma, or if he goes for a walk, he can't walk very far, but he's having to stop and take deep breaths. I get the feeling he's not very fit either. So this is maybe towards the end of his life. So again, coming back to somebody that's older, not somebody that's younger.
Yeah, no, I can't really place who that could be.
Don't think outside the box. I mean, don't think of, you know, your dearly beloved. I think we're going back about 15 to 20 years. Don't think it's I don't think it's somebody that's passed recently.
Okay.
He's showing me cars, and they're not ancient. You know, we're not going all the way back to the 70s or 80s, but they're not quite the latest cars.
Yeah,
So-
no, the card makes sense. He was a mechanic.
Right, okay. So why am I so wrong on the age then?
No, he's younger, definitely younger.
Okay, I'm going to have to ask you, how old is he? See if I can make sense of this.
But he would have been 49 when he passed, and
Right,
he passed
so-
about 36 years ago.
So in his
It was
50s,
the same person. It's my dad, but yeah, he was quite young when he passed.
yeah. Like I say, I would have put him at the end of his. Try and figure this out then. Did he have, like, you see how I wear my hair back like that? Did he wear the hair the same style?
Yeah,
Right, okay. And glasses?
yeah,
Not quite circle glasses, but not sort of rectangle glasses like yours. So more square, rounded, squarish, if that makes sense.
yeah, big friend.
Right, so okay, we've got the right person. So what's the age? Because that was the first thing he gave me. Is there somebody around you just now, apart
No.
from the spirit, a man of that age that you
No.
know?
No, don't think so.
Okay, because that was the first thing he gave me. And I don't usually get it that strong, so that there's some significance about that. If he was still alive, how long did you say he died? Was it 6 years?
No, 36 years. He would have been 40, 50, 60, 70. He'd be in his mid-80s now.
Right, so that's too old then. It's not sort of like projecting forward. Oh, I hate when they do this to me. You sure there's nobody that you can think of at all in that age group that's alive now that he's
That's
talking about?
alive now in around the 60s, 70s.
Late 60s, early 70s, maybe more towards the late 60s. But
And that's
definitely
supposed to be me.
definitely the wrong end of 60. Let's put it that way.
I have an uncle, but that's about it, really. But he's more 70.
But early 70s.
Yeah, early to mid 70s.
Right, okay. Does he have hearing issues?
Yeah.
And does he use a walking stick on the right-hand side?
Yeah, I think so. He does a stick. I'm not sure if it's right or left, but yeah, he does use a stick.
Does use a stick. Right, okay, so that's who he's talking about. Let's see why. Does your uncle drive? Still drive?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Do you have concerns about his driving? Like he's getting too old?
Not really. He doesn't drive as much as he used to.
So he's cut back on the
Quite
driving?
careful. Yeah,
Right.
he's quite careful.
Right, so he's cut back on the driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he used to, when he went okay a long time ago, when he was working, did he work in construction or building? Like, because I'm seeing a white helmet.
My uncle?
Yeah.
No.
Did your father?
No, he's a mechanic.
Right. Is there some building going on around you just now?
No.
I can see it's, or for some reason I'm being shown a white helmet. You know, the kind of thing you would wear on a building yard or...
No, my uncle was a cyclist years ago, all right, but that's
Right.
the closest thing I'd have to a helmet.
There's nothing going on around you just now like building.
No, I'm not building anything, no.
Right.
Thinking about it, but haven't actually done it.
Right. So you're thinking about it.
Possibly, yeah. If I win the law.
Right. Okay. Is it going to be a major building project?
No.
Right. Okay. What's the connection between what you're thinking about doing and your uncle?
Yeah, I don't really see one, to be honest. He's
There must be
not
one.
really a building or.
No, I'm not saying your uncle's building, but is there any connection between your uncle and what you're planning on doing or thinking about doing?
No.
Right.
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
Right.
No.
I'm just going to have to leave it with you. Go and phone your uncle or speak to your uncle and talk to him about whatever it is you're thinking about doing.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know what the connection is. I mean, you can't see a connection either. But
No.
I've asked, assuming it's your father, I've asked your father why, and he just put a phone in my head. So just phone your uncle and just talk about whatever it is you're thinking about doing. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's got an opinion. Maybe he's got some input that you're going to listen to. Maybe you're undecided and he's got something that he's going to say to you. I don't know. But that's all I'm getting from your father.
Okay.
Basically.
And is it definitely a building I'm doing, or is it a building I'm thinking about getting rid of?
I don't know. Like I say, all I'm getting, you're the one that's interpreting it as you thinking about the building. All I'm getting is a white. I mean, it's definitely building, construction.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to sell a building, but I'm, that's a different building.
Right. Okay, it's definitely building or construction. Like I say, it wasn't a building I was seeing. It was the white hat. And when I tried to get more information, it was like, it's the kind of hat you would wear on a construction yard.
Okay.
It's like the manager, the screamed white hat that the manager's got on his head and he's walking around the building yard.
Okay. Well, I do have a builder coming next week, actually. I just have thinking about that now. He's just coming to fix the job. I have a healing room and he's coming to fix it. So yeah, that's probably it, is it?
Okay, possibly. Before he comes, though, speak to your uncle.
Okay.
Because like I say, I don't know what the connection is, but when I asked for a connection between the two, I got a phone put in my head. Now, obviously, you might see your uncle, you might phone him, you might Zoom him, I don't know, but speak to your uncle before whatever it is with the builder or before whatever it is you're thinking about the building, because I'm not getting any clarity. I'm just getting building, construction. Okay. So can I leave you with that?
Yeah, that's great, Mark. Thank you.
Carol. So, Carol?
Thanks.
Hi there, Dean. Lovely to work with you. Can you
Hi, Carol.
Understand a female energy in the world, Pet?
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you work in the care industry, but I feel like there's lots of ladies there that you've helped, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what I feel is if there's a whole family of ladies up in the world of spirit that just want to come in here tonight and just give you thanks. Does that make sense?
Brilliant.
So I know Mark was working with the gentleman that was your father, but I just feel like this maternal link's very specific about the name Margaret as well. And I feel as if I've had Margaret a few times tonight, but I want to say Margaret Mary. I don't know why. So if that's significant family
names Mary Margaret.
You, can you understand?
Yeah, Mary Margaret.
And would you understand Elizabeth as well?
Elizabeth.
Mary Margaret. And would you understand Elizabeth as well, Pet?
Elizabeth, not so much.
Yeah.
No, Mary Margaret, very, very well, yeah, but Elizabeth, not so much.
Very significant. Mary Margaret was the first one I got in, but if you don't understand it as Elizabeth, remember the rule of art. It could have been a shortened name like Betty or Liz or something like that. Okay, but I'm just hearing the names, so just take it as you can. Okay, and what I feel very much so is that this Mary Margaret has come in to give you love just now. Can you understand this? Because you've been reflecting. So I don't know if you understand the child in spirit as well, but I just want to come in and say that they're all there. Can you understand that this Mary Margaret seems to be the strongest link that I'm working with, but she's just letting you know they're all there as well. Can you understand this? And I keep lighting a candle, so I don't know if it's yourself that's lighting the candles all the time, but I've also got the smell of vanilla coming out as well. so you would understand the smell of vanilla. And as she sits around me, I feel that she just wants to embrace me with love. But I feel she was a hard woman, but a very fair woman. Does that make sense? And I feel like if I go back in the memories, I feel that we did without anything. Can you understand that? But we had everything at the same time. So she was very hard but fair, if that makes sense. So she made sure that you were provided for. Does that make sense? Now, I don't know if your brother's here in the material. I feel as if there's something about distance between you just now. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
very much
I don't
so,
know
yeah.
if he's a million miles away from you. But I just feel like reconnecting energies, if that makes sense. And it's like she's encouraging that. So it's like we don't need to be in everybody's faces, but just saying hello is enough, if that makes sense. So just, you know, get that reconnection. And she keeps giving me the colour green as well. So I always take green for many reasons, for the heart chakra, but I also feel very much so that when I'm seeing it symbolically, it can be a favourite colour of yours, but I also feel that somebody's going to study and do more education. So I don't know if this is you with your work as well. There's more education to be done. Can you understand this? But
Yeah,
I just feel
she would have seen as Archangel Raphael.
Well, you understand. See, now that you're saying that, you've given it again to me symbolically as well. So, but there is something about studying here in the material. So there is either yourself or somebody around you going through more course notes, if that makes sense. And the reason why she's come is just because she just wants to talk about birthdays coming around. So you must have children yourself with birthdays coming up. Does that make sense? And I
No,
feel
I don't have kids.
if it's not you, your children, if it's not your children, there must be siblings around you with children with birthdays coming up, if that makes sense. And I just want to say that she's come forward for you, to give you a boost, because I feel as if you need that as well just now. And it's the healing arms that she wants to throw around you, if that makes sense. You've got a big heart, she says, and you're there for everybody else. Now, if it's not children around you, going to take that symbolically, because she's done that a couple of times to me. You're her child, and it's your birthday that must be coming up, if you can take
It was just my birthday last week.
Okay, because right, that's possibly what it is. She's not predicting. She's talking about the birthday celebrations there, and just take the love from her. Now, when I was talking to you, can you understand yellow ribbons?
Yellow ribbons?
Did you wear yellow ribbons? Do you understand what the yellow ribbons?
My father used to sing that song. My father used to sing that song, "Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree." It was one of the songs we used to sing together when I was a child. Yeah, it was actually a song we sang together a lot.
Well done. So that's possibly your father that's pushing back in here, that maybe Marc had, and is just giving you a wee bit of evidence again to back that up. So I'm just going to leave you the love there, and just honestly just know they're all around you, and keep lighting your candles, because she's very approval of this, okay? And just know she's around you, and take care, and remember to take some time out for yourself when you can, because you just remind me of the super carer that has to look after everybody, and she's just like you say, you know, take time for yourself as well, okay? And thank you, God bless, for letting me work with you. Take care.
Thanks a million. Appreciate that. Thanks to you both.
You're welcome. Right, Carol, it's getting late now. Do you do just one more message? We've got a request from about 4 people.
Okay.
So can I hand you?
4 people?
Yeah, no, it's just one person. But it's all our regulars are chanting to give Kathleen Hanlon a message, because I basically, Kathleen, I'm sorry if you got upset, but I had a very strong spirit there, and I was trying to. You couldn't take him, and I was trying to see if anybody could take him before I asked the spirit to step back. So everybody's got upset, and they're asking if you could give Kathleen a message. So I'll leave you with Kathleen Kathleen Helen.
Well, hello there, Kathleen. I'm just going to connect with Spirit, just take a few moments. And what I want to say to you is I feel there's immense lot of love coming from the spirit world, and I do feel a maternal link coming forward. Now, this link that comes forward is very maternal again. I feel as if I've got all the mums here today, and I just want to send you the love there. Kathleen, would you also understand what I feel very much so is this maternal link is bringing in another lady, if that makes sense. Now, I don't feel that she's in direct contact with her or a direct family member, but I don't know if she's a friend as well. But I just want to give you the love there from Spirit, Kathleen, and I hope you can give me the feedback and let me know that you're understanding these two ladies that I'm connecting with in the spirit realm. Now, what I'm getting for is a passing condition with the mum figure. Is I don't know whether it was a blood clot or something in the bloods, but I keep saying blood symbolism, so there must have been something going on with the blood, so it might have been a stroke or a blood clot. That's what I keep feeling here. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to keep working in their energy, but I keep seeing the heart as well, so she must have had a massive heart, and yourself as well, Kathleen, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to interpret. Would you, I don't know whether you understand or remember a necklace, but I've got this necklace with a pendant on it, a wee bit like my own, but I feel it's more circular, like a locket. I wonder if you remember that Mum either wore or you have it. Okay, I'm not getting any feedback, but I will leave you with this love from Mum and the locket that she keeps showing me, and I just really need to concrete that I'm not talking to myself here, but I just want to give you the love here from Mum and the memory of the locket pendant, and I feel very much so.
That's
If
a
you
yes.
understand Mum,
Carol.
there's something about her arm pain as well, so it may have been a stroke that she had before she passed, but I just feel a real deterioration, and I've got to talk about February, and I feel very much so February is a significant month for Mum, and I am looking at it's definitely a brown photo album, so you must have this album, and it's an old 80s album that I'm looking at of photographs. So you must have been I don't know whether you had a brother, but one or two anyway, and I just feel that you are together in your pictures, and I just feel like I'm in a swing park, I'm in different areas, so there must be a lot of nostalgia there, and I just want to give you that love there, very much so, Kathleen. I just feel her personality is very sincere and very deep. She's a very deep person, if that makes sense. She would sit in long silences and then come out with wee bursts of conversation, just very much so how my personality has changed with your message. You can feel the deepness in my voice as well, and that's what I'm trying to present is her personality, her love for you. And I don't know whether it's your brother that she's sending out love, but there's another sibling out there on the material plane that she's trying to send out love for. So I'll leave you with a love with that just now, Kathleen, and I hope you can take the evidence that's been given to you tonight, and thank you for allowing me to work with you. And you know, I always say messages come from spirit, and sometimes we make the accurate links, and sometimes it's trial and error, and then sometimes you go away and you think Marc was right, I know who that was later on, and it makes sense later. But sometimes we get so desperate in trying to get the messages that we want clarity on, and knowing that they're there, and it's just the way it works sometimes. I always say the strongest spirit gets the message through, but it sometimes can be the person you're not thinking of that comes through in the night.
Couldn't agree more, Carol.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a brilliant night. Would you like to do the closing prayer?
Yes, I can do. If you just join me in prayer. Dear Divine Heavenly Father, we thank you for the evidence that was shown here this evening. May we all take the comfort and knowledge that Spirit is truly around us. And if we didn't receive a message ourselves, may we take something from the messages that were given tonight and take home the comfort and know that Spirit is all around us. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you very much. So just to recap, everybody, Young and I will be back 8:30 next Sunday. The group, which has been flashing along the bottom, if you're not a member, please go and look it up and join. We stream this service straight into the group, so that's the easiest way to catch up with us next week. Other than that, thank you very much to Carol for joining us tonight, all the way from Dunoon. If you're not a member of our church, go and look at our face and support, like the page, the group, etc. Thank you, and we shall see you next week. And you know how I'm going to end. I do this every week. I play Scottish music because I like it, and if you don't like it, well, tough. Although my computer's going to sleep. There we go. So I shall leave you with some Scottish music. And just like to say good night. Thank you very much to Carol for joining us. Tonight was an experiment. That's the first time we've had another medium on the broadcast. I think it went quite well. And if you know any other good mediums, please recommend them to contact me, and we'll see if they would be willing to come and work. Other than that, thank you again and good night.